Hello everyone, this is Matt from Real World Review, and today we're going to replace the screen on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So the tools that you're going to need are going to be a PH000 bit, a P2 driver, a Y000 bit, a razor blade of some sort, a pick, and some heat. So the first thing we're going to do is grab the P2 driver and we're going to remove the two bottom screws. Then we're going to heat up the edges. We don't really have to heat it up too much, but just enough to kind of loosen up the adhesive. Then we're going to grab a razor blade and stick it in between the plastic and the metal frame to lift it up a little bit. And then with that, we're going to make a little bit of a gap, and then we're going to use a pick to cut through the adhesive. Once there's a decent gap in there, you should be able to just use this to cut through. If you need to add more heat, feel free to do that, just don't add a crazy amount. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the adhesive on the left side, make sure the bottom looks nice, and then we're going to cut the adhesive on the right side. Since this phone is more water resistant than normal iPhones, the adhesive might be a little bit stronger than normal, so be careful with that. Once we go up both of the sides, what we're going to do is heat up the top a little bit, and we're going to kind of wiggle the screen so then it comes loose, and then we're going to use a pick to loosen up the rest of it. Then we're going to make sure all the adhesive is cut on all sides of the phone, and then the screen should lift up and over to the right like shown. Next, what we're going to do is grab the Y000 bit, and we're going to remove these two screws right here, this panel, and unplug the battery. Then with that Y000 bit, we're going to remove these three screws right here, and these other two screws that are hidden right here, and then this last screw that's hidden right here. Next, we're going to remove the digitizer cable, the earpiece cable, and the display cable. Now with the screen completely off the phone, we can remove the speaker assembly. With that Y000 bit, remove this top left screw, and then switch to the PH000 bit and remove these two screws right here. Then what you're going to do is fold the speaker down like this, and then we can start removing this assembly. So this light sensor right here should kind of come out fairly easily. I would recommend using something plastic, don't use metal, but it should loosen up and then you can kind of just grab it with your hands like this. Then with this sensor, you can apply pressure on the top right. If that doesn't work, what you have to do is lift up this little circle right here. It's just plastic, so you need to carefully separate it from the screen, and that should help loosen up the sensor. So all you got to do is lift up like this, push down on the plastic, and it should come out fairly easily. The last thing is a microphone. There's a little bit of adhesive, but if you carefully pull it, it should come off like this. Now we have everything off. The next thing you want to do is you want to program the screen on something like this type of programmer, but I don't have the right programmer at this time. You can refer back to the iPhone XR video if you want to see exactly how you would program it if you do have the right programmer. When I do find it, I'm going to put it in the description, so make sure to look out for that. So once everything's set up, we can put the phone back together. What you want to do is push this cable back in, push the microphone in there, push the dot sensor in there, and then push the light sensor back in there. Then you can fold over the speaker, apply the two PH000 screws right here, and then the Y000 screw on the top left. So before putting the screen on and putting in all the screws, you want to replace the adhesive, but I do not have the extra adhesive right now, but you can refer to the iPhone XR video for kind of how to put it on there if you do have the right adhesive. This will help with water resistance, but it will not bring it back to the original factory water resistance. At least there's no way to guarantee it. Next, you just want to plug in all the cables that are attached to the screen, like this. And then we can set this little panel back. We can put all the screws back in. Remember, 3 on the left and 3 on the right that are hidden. Then we can plug in the battery, put this little panel right here, put the 2 screws in. So once everything's back together and you have adhesive on that you want, you can just fold the screen over, set it down. I recommend starting with the top and then pushing down on the sides, and lastly the bottom. And then you put in the bottom 2 screws with the P2 driver, and then that's it. And it looks like the screen's working, so we're all good. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section or on Twitter at MattofRDBR. Feel free to follow me on the social media listed above, and subscribe to my channel so you can see more repair and some review videos as well. And hit that bell button so then YouTube reminds you when those videos do come out. Thanks for watching.